Sayyidi, is it possible for humility to be too much that you become too timid? For example, like in work? Forgive me if it's a bad question.
Yeah, everything has a balance because humility is humility, and then the other side of that, and shyness is a part of faith anyways. But you can go so deep inside that you're intimidated and fear, and fear is not from faith. So you should fear no one, and the solution for fear is iman. So we have to be careful with the word of humility, and being humble is not to be associated with fearing and intimidated by people. To be shy is a part of deen. To be a shy woman is an attribute that is liked by Sayyidina Muhammad. To have shyness by men, to be shy in their deen and certain aspects, not to cross those lines, is liked by Sayyidina Muhammad. But to be intimidated by people and fear and then think that that's being humble, then that's not a correct understanding. So then when we fear things and fear people means there's a lack in our iman, and then we have to build the practices. Again, the meditation is the strongest because you're asking for a light that you don't have. Send a light of faith into my heart, send an energy into my backbone to give me a strength and not to fear anyone. And that comes with the light of faith. When Allah begin to dress the servant with light and light and light, what happens with iman is that they believe Allah's hand is with them, Prophet's hand is with them. As a result they have a tremendous level of faith, and that counters the fear. So they pretty much resolve those issues of fear, and they fear only what Allah wants them to fear of Allah. So they fear Allah. They fear that they make Allah to be upset or disappointed, or fear that the Prophet would be disappointed with them. But no man, no human to be feared that my boss is going to fire me and I have to run away or do this, do that. Nobody can fire you if not written by Allah, and nobody can hire you if it's not written by Allah. So everything has a process and an understanding, inshaAllah. But anything people want to know of these subjects, then they just email. The shaykh if I'm being intimidated by my boss, is that humble? And then you just email, and then those are the things that people can email, and they'll try to give a reply, and then give a reply based on all these articles. And anyone goes to the website, again, is an immense resource. Just go to nurmuhammad.com and in the search type in the words, and most of the articles have been nicely tagged, so it'll pull up all these appropriate articles. Each article even has an attached video if it was transcribed, so that you can even watch the video if you don't want to read the article. But what happens after we talk and I just make a quick reference to Ayatul Kareem, the articles actually come out with what verse it is, the entire verse that's being quoted, instead of just the skimming of the hadith, because there's no book I'm reading from. They'll give you the entire hadith in the articles. So the articles are very resourceful. So you print it out, read it, you get all the Ayatul Kareem, all the hadith in there, all the references. If anybody's read the articles, they can realize that this shaykh talks all about Qur'an and hadith. So what are they talking about, that they make reference to Qur'an and they only talk from their own talkings, this ridiculous comments that people make. But that's because they haven't read these articles and seen what everything is based on Holy Qur'an, and all the talks are based on holy hadith of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah. InshaAllah we'll let everybody go because they're online for like an hour now just to hear questions and answers. But that's good that people are asking questions, and may Allah dress you, bless you and forgive me, and keep everybody safe. We're closely approaching the beatific birthday of Sayyidina Fatimah. Give us a life in which to see that blessed night, blessed day, and that from the secret of Allahu al-Khaliq, that when we want to understand the immensity of Ahlul Bayt and the immensity of her blessed soul, as that we've talked before, that Allah al-Khaliq, Allah's attribute that He holds for Himself is the creator. but every creation that comes into existence has a secret given to that creation. So imagine then the immensity of the secret of a womb of a woman, in which Allah put a secret there, and that secret is allowing creation to come. Every prophet was born from a womb, every saint born from a womb, every pious person born from a womb. So what type of secret of this reality that Allah gave to women of that reality. So that secret and knowledge, everything is in the hands of Sayyidina Muhammad. So every ulum, every knowledge is given to Sayyidina Muhammad. Prophet dispenses and disperses that knowledge. That secret of Al-Khaliq and the secret of the Rahim and the womb was given from Prophet to Sayyidina Fatimah. The immensity of that light, the beatific light, the immensity of what the Rahim is. You know, the Imam Ali is the nuqt, a dot. What happens when the dot goes into the womb? Something is born, and that's called the mulk of dunya. So between the bi'ismi and the ba of Imam Ali salam, the nuqt of Imam Ali salam, when it touches the secret and the reality of Sayyidina Fatimah salam, what was Allah's then the light that Allah brought in was the light of Imam al-Hasan under Sifat ar-Rahman. So from Bismi Allah then ar-Rahman came, and that's the reality of Imam al-Hasan salam. Then when that dot came again to the womb, what came? Bismillah ar-Rahman, then ar-Rahim came, which is the reality of Imam al-Husayn salam. So bi-ismi Imam Ali, Allah dress upon Sayyidina Fatimah Zahra, and Rahman dressing Imam al-Hasan, and then Rahim dressing Imam al-Husayn, and above all of that is Sayyidina Muhammad. So the immensity of these lights, the immensity of these realities, the immensity of just asking, Ya Rabbi, just let me to have a life to observe that night, to be dressed by her holy presence, and to be dressed by their lights and their affection to be raised at their feet on the day of Yawm al-Mashar and Day of Judgment, inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha.